You know, you're playing with the Clippers now, very close to Palmdale, where you grew up. What's it going to be like for you?
It's going to be amazing. You know, the energy here since the second I came back home has been off the charts. And ultimately, I mean, this is where I...
And the starting lineups have concluded. So just sit right.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
"2K Sports" presents the NBA Monday. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Butler. And let's go. Well, you're right, DA. It'll be scary. Thanks. So a look at our starters for the Knicks. Cohen is out there with Damian Lillard. Then there's Marjanovic. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Randall in a power forward position. And for the Bucks, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Then it's Trae Young. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Herter in at the 2 guard.
And really, Antetokounmpo never stops attacking. I mean, he's always in attack mode. He really forces the defense's hand. He keeps pressure on them at all times.
The Bucks shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. That's good from Antetokounmpo. And Giannis earning another All-NBA nod, Bill. He'll be eligible to sign the biggest contract in NBA history this coming summer.
I thought you had the biggest contract in
after
NBA history.
After you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
you.
confused. Well, what's funny about this is they could have signed him to the max a few years ago, and there was this rule that you could only have one guy on your team could have a 5-year max, and they were saving it for Jabari Parker.
Right.
So they signed him for 4 years, $100 million, a little bit of a discount. Now he's going to make them pay. And
in a big way.
If I was Giannis, I would be very spiteful about the fact that they cared about Jabari more than me, and I would want to sign with the Celtics. But that's just me.
That was a different GM, though, at the time.
Listen, it doesn't matter who it was.
Right.
They didn't treat you right, Giannis. You should leave.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
And the dunk by Giannis.
And I tell you, it's ridiculous how much space Antetokounmpo covers in just 2 strides. I mean, the way he handles himself going to the basket, and it is one sight to see.
Pass to Marjanovic. Over Jordan. Jordan with some nice D. And it's Milwaukee's ball. Antetokounmpo kicks to Middleton. Antetokounmpo looking over the floor. Inside. Middleton trying to break free. C.J. McCollum comes up with the rebound. And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. Young passes to Herter. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Lobs it up for Jordan. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. McCollum outside. Young against Lillard. Launches a 3. Hits it from 3-point range. Lillard's got 5 points so far.
Awesome form on the triple. Lillard with textbook technique.
Here's Young. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. And Bill, we've seen more and more teams base their offenses around 3-point shooters. Threes are at an all-time high. We know that. Should the NBA, that in mind, do anything to address this via any rule change? Which I don't know what that would mean, but it has been talked about.
I don't like changing. I think it's going to manifest itself with it doesn't work in the playoffs as well. And teams are going to slowly realize like that you need to blend an inside-outside game at least a little bit.
You can't lose what the game is. No, it's bigs and smalls, it's inside, it's outside.
And it's still passing and unselfishness. The Warriors take a lot of threes, but they're the most unselfish team we have, and they create a lot of layups, and they play, they're really creative, and that just can't be your thing is we shoot 53s, here's our offense. The problem is you're still going to get in these games where 2 points really matters, and that's what you saw with Kawhi in the playoffs last year. These games slow down, it's going to be a 92-89 ending, and your team needs to get 10 baskets in the fourth quarter. No matter how you're going to get them, you still need somebody who can do that too.
The shot misses. Randall with some nice D. New York's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Butler, no good.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
Young passes to Giannis, and he banks in the layup. Giannis has got his second bucket of the night.
You just can't leave anyone open around Young. He's very capable of spotting his uncovered teammates.
Lillard against Young, and it's Lillard missing. Bucks leading by 3, and there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's his first foul. Knicks on defense. Here's Herter. Good for the basket. Starting off 1-for-1 with that shot.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
That shot wide open. 10 points for Damian Lillard.
I tell you what, guys, there's not much more he can do. I mean, he's been on fire, yet they still trail in this game.
What a surge it's been for the Bucks at the top of the Eastern Conference last year. 60 wins, the most since 1981.
Right, and much like those teams from the 80s, they fell short in the end.
Again.
And that's been the rub with the Bucks is, as you look back at so many years in a row, so close, couldn't do it. And then this last year against Toronto, they win the first 2. Game 3's double OT. And then all of a sudden, a week later, their season's over. So they've never quite been able to get over the hump since the days of Lou Alcindor.
The nice thing is, though, this team is making the mandatory steps, it seems, that all these teams eventually have to make to get to where they want to go.
Right. They're trying to keep the team together that they succeeded with last year. Sometimes when you have success, you think that you should keep that success together, and that can be dangerous because really I felt like that team underachieved. They lost to a Toronto team that they had just performed better than during the season. So what's that last piece that you need? And I guess the last piece for Milwaukee now is, can Giannis be the closer? We haven't seen it.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And while we have a chance, how about the numbers for Jimmy Butler? 4th in steals, and how about his top 10 ranking and free throw percentage? A knockdown shooter, ultra reliable from the line.
And back to what you said, top 5 in steals this year. Quick hands and great anticipation. Free throw good. Giannis.
Hey, if you had a list of the most athletic players in the NBA and did a roll call, it would be not long before you got to Antetokounmpo. The Greek freak is a real deal.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Knicks. Trailing by 2. From outside the arc. Rebound, Milwaukee. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Knicks team.
And they didn't have much of a problem with these guys last season, and quite frankly, you wouldn't expect them to.
Yeah, these are two teams clearly on opposite ends of the continuum in this conference. I mean, this is a team they rightly feel they can beat every time they take the court with them.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
Yeah, they made some spectacular plays in it right to the very end. Just couldn't get over the hump.
Yeah, they didn't have their best stuff, but they were still getting after it. So you got to really appreciate the effort and hustle.
Nicolas Batum. He's checked in for Kevin Herter. And New York with a change here, too. Dedmon's checked in. Randall dishes to Dedmon. A three from McCollum drills the three-pointer. Bill, you're a basketball historian. We know that. Do fans romanticize too much about the past?
I would say the other way. I think they don't appreciate it enough, especially like the millennials and Gen Z. You know you're out there. You're playing this game right now. They tend to think the league started when Kobe showed up and that the 90s and the 80s didn't happen. I sense a real resentment from the younger fans with the LeBron versus MJ thing because LeBron's their guy. They get to watch LeBron. They don't want to hear that MJ was better than them, so they make the case for LeBron and the way things are now.
But what about like the Oscar Robertsons, the Elgin Baylors, and we talked about, my goodness, you talk about some of these players. Unbelievable.
Yeah, the
fantastic
60s,
numbers.
70s, 80s.
Oh.
I think part of what hurts is people can go on YouTube, and when you watch some of the older stuff, nobody's playing defense.
And, you know, the impressive ascension of Randall has been a lot of fun to watch. I mean, he's a double-double threat who plays with relentless energy.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Larry Nance is checked in for Chris Middleton, and it's Wright in for Young. Second free throw, no good.
Listen, there's no doubt he feels like they should have the lead, but that miss will keep it all tied up.
To the inside, Nance, and the jam by Larry Nance.
And when you leave a man open, Batum finds him. Great feel for the game.
New York's gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame. McCollum against Batum. Lillard, right side. 6 to shoot. Here's the teardrop.
And the long reach of Antetokounmpo. I mean, stretches for days. And because of that, he's excellent at challenging shots.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does make me look back a little bit, but I could never throw it down like that. But it sure does look good.
New York, no good that time either.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
The putback, Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Antetokounmpo's got his 6th rebound on the night. Right, left side, from past the arc, and Giannis with the 3. Giannis has got 15 points. And with the 2K Esports League, Bill, players not only get a salary, they can also sign endorsement deals. They're celebrities now unto themselves.
So what are the endorsement deals that the 2K players sign? Is it like hat? Because you're not really moving. Nobody can people see your clothes? They can, right?
They can
So you
see
need
your
sneakers,
clothes.
hats,
Maybe it's a hat. Maybe it's
drinks.
a shirt. All of it.
Do the announcers get endorsement
Gloves.
deals? Where's our
Well,
endorsement
if
deal
they
money?
don't, we could probably make the stab for it right here.
I'm ready.
This is the venue to do it right
I'm
here.
ready to do whatever.
Let's change the culture.
CTC.
New York calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Checked in for the Bucks. Dylan Brooks comes in for Antetokounmpo. And then for New York, Parsons comes in for Randall. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for C.J. McCollum. New York moving it around. Now Now, here's Barrett. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And here's a look at some numbers for Lillard.
And guys, I think the best way to measure his performance these last 10 games is his effective field goal percentage, which has improved, a sign that his game is in much better shape than it was not too long ago.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good.
Born in Toronto, Barrett joins a talented group of Canadians who have entered the NBA ranks.
So neither attempt will fall that time for him. Bucks leading by 9. Bill, if you were building a franchise from scratch, which one current player would you begin with or build around?
Probably Giannis, because he's
Still
turning
young enough
25 this
and-
year. I still feel like the ceiling of what he's going to do is go up as he becomes more of a shot maker. He's really durable, which I think is underrated. Like, he's just built to play basketball. There's certain guys like that. I think Kevin Garnett was like that. Tim Duncan was like that. Just guys who you just know are going to be around for 17, 18 years. The way I like to watch the running styles, and the game just comes so easy to him. He's so athletic and really cares and is really competitive and just wants to do this and win at basketball. That's how I play.
Wanamaker the pass to Parsons. Over in the corner, Lillard. Trying to end the drought. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
And once they roll the ball out there, Lillard turned on the switch. He is doing it all tonight.
Here's Batum. It's hauled in by Wanamaker.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass. You know, he's got to be exasperated right now, fellas. I mean, playing excellent ball, but they're still losing.
Brooks right side. 3-pointer. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Knicks trail by 9. Wanamaker the pass to Parsons. Here's Barrett. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And you like the toughness there. Barrett being more comfortable having to deal with an aggressive defense.
And there's the pass to Wright. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2. 59 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And Lillard kicks to Dedmon. Parsons against Nance. And Parsons gets it to go.
And far from just a jump shooter, Parsons also has the touch down low when needed.
Bryant with it. 8 points his last outing. Back to Batum. Unable to get that one. And New York the other way now. On up the court. And Barrett slams it in.
You know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man, puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
Right outside. To the middle. Fades back. That shot off.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Milwaukee. They kept going to him again and again, and he delivered with a monster quarter. And we'll be right back after this. Already a superstar, Antetokounmpo talked about how much more he can improve.
I'm just trying to focus on the court. What's my next step as a basketball player? Because I know this is just the beginning. I haven't even reached my potential yet. I think I have a long way to go, and maybe one day I can be top 10 in all those things. I feel like I can do that.
And the think he's already a top 5 player. With his skill set and physical tools, he can be an all-time great.
He's shown the dedication. I think he's only going to get better.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1/4 of action so far. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Bucks.
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
They've got Bryant. Brooks is out there with Nance. Then it's DeJuan Wright. And it's Batum in at the shooting guard position. So that's who Milwaukee starts the second with. Here's Parsons. Here's Dedmon. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You've got to work harder on the glass.
Bill, you host your own podcast. I've listened to it. I subscribe to it.
Thank you.
I love it. What do you make of so many NBA players now doing the same thing?
Hey, we have a couple of them. At the Ringer, we have J.J. Redick, we have Vince Carter and Ken Bazemore. The ones that are good at it take it seriously. It can't be one of those things where, a player says, you know what, I want a podcast, and then it just magically happens. Like, you got to work on it. You have to use your connections and book your guests, and you have to be candid on the podcast. You can't just show up and just dabble. And the guys that have been successful at it are people that could probably have a media career for a living. Like JJ is clearly going to go into media after he retires. Richard Jefferson had a great podcast. He's gone into media. He's really good. Yes. So I think you need a little more talent at it than people realize. And you need the consistency of it. You can't say, I'm starting a podcast and then not do it for 2 months. Like, you have to really stick to it.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, before he became a head coach in Memphis and New York, David Fizdale spent 8 seasons as an assistant under Eric Spoelstra in Miami. Now, Spo said he's a brilliant basketball mind that has exceptional gold standard level communication skills. One of the most talented coaches I've been around. So, Kevin, Fizdale is highly respected.
David, he sure is. Great reputation. Now getting his shot. Thank you so much. The Knicks shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. And the Bucks with some changes. Chris Middleton's checked in for Brooks. Kevin Huerter comes in for Nicholas Batum. And Trae Young subbed in for Wright. The Knicks also changing it up. Marjanovic comes in for Dwayne Dedmon. And it's Butler in for Chandler Parsons. And so he makes both from the line. Here's Young. One of the most consistent producers in the league. He's averaging around 25.5 points a game. Bill, you wear so many hats, writing, producing, performing. You're running the Ringer, which is highly successful. What role satisfies you the most?
I would say working with young people and trying to help them get better. I think that's the coolest thing you can do, especially if you feel like you've done some good stuff and accomplished some things and realized some dreams. Like, the next thing to do is just to, can you help other people get to where they should be?
Well, a lot of this wasn't around when you and I were growing up. So
No.
what were your dreams?
My dream initially was just to write a sports column that people read.
In the
That's what
Globe.
I wanted forever, yeah. And then the most satisfying thing is just not knowing what's next, but taking chances and hoping things are going to be fun and work out. You have to have a good team around you, and you have to have like 6 or 7 awesome people that you completely trust who can help you do stuff, because it's impossible to do everything yourself, especially if you're trying to increase the scale of what you're doing. And I think that even works for an NBA organization. You know, it's not like one person running everything. I would say putting a good team around you is the most important thing.
Here's Spellman. Just 5 on the clock. Outside Butler. New York, no good that time either.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
The most lethal part of Young's game, his outside shot is often on the money.
Here's Wanamaker. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Middleton against Butler. He kicks it to Barrett. A 3-ball. Kept alive by New York. Spellman stayed with it, but they couldn't get it to fall. And it's Milwaukee's ball. They're on a 12-4 run. Middleton the pass to Young. Nance outside. Here's Herter. He's coming off a 10-point game against Charlotte. Young from outside. Spellman with the rebound.
Well, I don't think he's performing up to his own expectations, but they still find themselves out in front.
Butler kicks to Barrett. Pass to Spellman. From 15 feet away, Nance with the rebound. Nance has got 6 rebounds in the game. They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Barrett. Plays it up and banks it in. Barrett's got 6.
Making plays in traffic. This is where Barrett's most effective.
Young passes to Nance. Middleton with it. Fires from deep. And again, the Bucks miss. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Here's Wanamaker. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Lock at 6. A fader. And that one's good by Butler. Butler's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Knicks. And so it's Young who brings it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Here's Herter. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Here's Barrett. And Barrett slams it in.
Explosive off the bounce with great body control. Barrett's most effective when going downhill.
Passes it to Young. The 3 gets it to go from beyond the arc. Young's got a couple of 3-pointers in the second for Milwaukee. Pass to Barrett. New York moving the ball around. And Marjanovic with the slam.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
Young taking his time here. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10.
He's starting to find himself out there now. You know, he's taking much better shots here in the second quarter.
New York calls timeout.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
And I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
Some changes here for the Bucks. Jordan comes in for Thomas Bryant, and Giannis Antetokounmpo is subbed in for Larry Nance. Then for the Knicks, Julius Randle's checked in for Amari Spellman. McCollum comes in for Barrett, and Lillard subbed in for Brad Wanamaker. Marjanovic kicks to Lillard. Young with the steal. And it's the Bucks on the break. Second shot opportunity, and Antetokounmpo lays it up and in. And now a 12-point Bucks lead.
Guys, I tell you what, feels like everything is coming easy to him. Just taking what he sees and capitalizing.
Middleton against Butler. And a wide open look for McCollum. New York, no good that time either. Bucks leading by 12. Down low. It's tipped. It's stolen by Randle. Lillard against Young. Lillard left side. Butler on the wing. Launches it. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Butler's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Taking advantage of space beyond the arc. Butler's long-range touch is a nice complement to his overall game.
Young inside. Covered by Lillard. Young's shot is off. Knicks trail by 9. Here's Randall. Banked in off the glass.
There's your bully ball right there. I mean, a lot of folks think that's all Randall is a bully baller. Those big shoulders and that muscular body, he does a nice job putting them to use.
Middleton outside. Shot clock at 6. The pass to Young. Buries it from three-point range. Young's got 16 points.
And he's now made 3 three-pointers here in the second, starting to get it going.
Marjanovic finds Lillard. McCollum outside. Lets it fly. Off the left rim and up.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Here's Young. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
And Antetokounmpo is just fearless. I mean, hit him, knock him around, really doesn't faze him, doesn't matter. I mean, this guy is determined to get the job done, and he does.
So far, he's hit all of his shots at the foul line, going 4 for 4. Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Dylan Brooks, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. Batum comes in for Kevin Huerter, and it's Wright in for Trae Young. Free throw, no good for Antetokounmpo.
And he needs to get back to what he was doing in that first quarter when he was in attack mode, drawing fouls and getting to the line.
Randall surveying the D. Here's the feed to McCollum. Hits from the high post. McCollum's got his second basket.
A natural score gives McCollum any room to get his shot off, and he's going to let it fly.
Batum passes to Jordan. Giannis inside. Randall on him. Knicks trail by 10. Parsons on the wing. Brooks covering. And Parsons gets it to go. Parsons got his second bucket tonight.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they haven't continued. They've got to get back to their strength.
Yeah, I mean, test the hot hand. You're exactly right. I say let those triples fly.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on it.
Lillard misses. And a special thanks to our guest, Bill Simmons. Always a compelling discussion, and I hope we can continue.
Please, I'm available. Just call me. I'm ready.
I will.
All right,
There's your
ready.
number right here on my
Yes,
speed
you
dial.
have my number. Call me.
And Clark, you know what? Bill will always give you a great point of view.
And you know what? I think he needs his own barbershop talk show, Kevin. I mean, he's done everything else in media. Go barbershop on him, Bill.
Randall. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Big man who was forgotten about during free agency. Randall could be an impact player for the Knicks.
The Knicks missed out on the marquee names they were after, but Randall should give them great production for quite some time. Not a huge name, but a young talent that can help this team.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
And a breakout season for Julius Randle in 2018-19. Averaged close to 20 and 10, delivering on the talent that saw him taken 7th overall back in 2014.
Both free throws good from Randall. Greg, the Lakers allowed Julius Randle to leave in restricted free agency in 2018 so they could preserve some of their cap space.
I mean, his defense still lags behind, but offensively, well, he is special. The lefty, tough to deal with inside.
Here's Giannis, and misses it off the right side of the rim. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for New York. It's a 10-point game. McCollum outside. Back to Parsons. Pass to Lillard. Over Jordan. New York, no good that time either. Bucks leading by 10. Lobs it up for Jordan, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Yeah, you got to respect the athletic reach of Jordan now. Throw it up, and he will bash in the alley-oop.
And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
Oh, costly error there. We'll see how they rebound from that miscue.
Well, you know what? Their wounds are self-inflicted. I mean, you've got to play much smarter than that.
And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Hey, you know, in the age of analytics, there's a ton of talk about player efficiency these days. And as we can see by Antetokounmpo's performance tonight, his efficiency, extraordinary.
That'll do it for the first half. All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, it was a big-time first quarter for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 23 points, 9 rebounds, and 1 block. Kenny, your thoughts on the Bucks' first half?
You have to marvel at the uniqueness of the Greek freak. From half court, he needs only 2 dribbles. That's right, 2 dribbles to get to the rim. He can pass like a point guard at almost 7 feet. The list goes on and on.
Shaq, what did you think about New York?
Well, they struggled in a number of areas. Protecting the rim is really at the top of the list. They haven't made that a priority. They haven't put forth a whole lot of effort. You got to protect the rim.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You look at Antetokounmpo, and this game has been everywhere.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court for the Knicks, we've got Damian Lillard. Julius Randle is out there with Jimmy Butler. Then there's McCollum, and it's Marjanovic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall. Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Randle against Giannis. The second chance effort. And it's blocked by Jordan.
Hey, get that weak stuff out of here. Take it home. Jordan is fantastic at rejecting those kinds of shots.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Jimmy Butler has made several all-star teams, but he remains single-minded in pursuit of his bigger goal. Butler said, I just want to win a championship. That's all that matters. I didn't do it in high school, didn't do it in college. If I don't win it here, then I'll go to the 50 and over league someday. But I got to win a championship at some stage. Kevin?
I like that attitude. Thank you, D.A.
Scoring efficiency has been low, and it's not helping them on the scoreboard.
Here's Young. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Young's got 4 points now in the quarter.
That would be 4 in a row for him now as they have come racing out of the gate to start this second half. Marjanovic
kicks to Lillard. Can they get it? Knocks down the 3 ball. Lillard's got 18 points.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
Here's Young. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Young's got 22.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
You know, they came out of the locker room, revved up the gas pedal, and haven't slowed down yet.
Three-pointer, Lillard. The rebound by the Bucks. Jordan's got 7 rebounds in the game.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
For Milwaukee, they have gone 5 of 7 from the free throw line in the game.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
And so Young nails them both. A lot of smart guys playing in the NBA right now, Clark. Any that you spot that could be a great future head coach in this game?
There are so many of them, Kevin, when you spend time around guys and watch how they carry themselves on the court. Usually you look at point guards because they're quarterbacks and coaches on the floor in many cases. CP3, I don't know if he has a desire to coach, but he certainly talks and feels the game as a coach. And Mike Conley, I think he too has the type of cerebral approach to the game that can lend itself to coaching.
It's an excellent starting list.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
All-Star voting.
And a lot of fans and players interested to see how this thing all turns out.
Well, you look at Randall. With the voting as it is now, it looks like he'll miss out on a spot in the starting lineup for the East.
Yeah, and not even in the top 10, but it shouldn't take away from what he's done this year. It's been a very good season for him.
And it seems like the anticipation just continues to build each year around this time of the season. Gonna be a fantastic weekend.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
And last year, Chris Middleton, not quite as dead-eye as he has been in the past. Still a solid shooter from all ranges.
One shot.
And that one falls for Middleton. And for Middleton, Greg, you don't need all the volume out there from him. You just need the efficiency.
And Middleton has always been an efficient player. Great to have on a team as a second or third option.
Here's Butler. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Butler's got 7 points in the game.
Good looking shot there from Butler, showing off the nice touch.
To the paint, here's Young. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Butler against Middleton. And it's Butler missing.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And Giannis throws it down.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Yeah, offensively, they've just been rolling. impossible to stop.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Lillard against Antetokounmpo. Lillard misses.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And he makes that one.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
And here is Marjanovic. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Puts it up from 12. Nice jump shot. Good. 20 points for Damian Lillard.
And he can score from all over the court. But Lillard at his best from mid-range. He deserves extra special attention from the defense in that in-between area. But sometimes, even then, that's not enough.
And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Bucks.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
Yeah, but also they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Thomas Bryant, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Nance comes in for Chris Middleton. And what a year last season for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He was terrific across, Greg, all stat categories.
And he was rightfully in the MVP conversation very early on. He's still very young, and I see multiple MVP seasons in his future.
Outside, Bryant takes a three. It's rebounded by New York. Spellman's got his 7th rebound here tonight. It's McCollum on the wing. He has 5. Pass to Butler. And it's good for 2. Butler's got 9.
The well put together Butler proving that he's just a little too strong there, not allowing the physical defense to stifle him at all.
Outside, Bryant poked away. Pass to Herter. That's good, and it's Bryant with the assist. He's got 5.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Some nice passing by New York here. Lets it go from 14. The pass to Butler. Over Young. Offensive rebound. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Outside, Butler. Randall outside. Pass to Butler. "13 feet away." The rebound by the Bucks.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Absolutely awesome to watch Antetokounmpo rise up for these throwdowns. I mean, it's really quite easy for him.
Here's McCollum. Makes good on the step-back jumper.
And you can tell the defender not anticipating the step back. He was headed in the opposite direction.
Butler against Antetokounmpo. Bryant. And that one is off. Randall with some nice D. The shot by Butler, nobody around. Connects from three-point range. Butler's got 7 points here in this quarter.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game.
The drive by Giannis. lays it up off the glass.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
Butler against Giannis. Here's Spellman, and it's off from three-point range. Milwaukee has gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it, 9 times they've missed. Here's Giannis, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Jimmy Butler.
Man, that was a remarkable pump fake from Antetokounmpo. I mean, he's really good at selling that shot fake.
Well, Clark, what a year it was for Giannis Antetokounmpo last season. He took everything to the next level from the get-go. He became a top player in the NBA.
And you know what, guys? Early on, you could see it and you could feel it. It was going to be a special year for Giannis because his progression and development, his hunger, his commitment, his work ethic, all of that helped him become the MVP of the league against a pretty competitive field of MVP candidates.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Brooks checked in for Bryant. Batum comes in for Kevin Huerter. And it's Wright in for Trae Young. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. A lot of players keep track of their stats, their own team stats. But Clark, how much do guys pay attention to stats in game?
Oh my goodness! That was special. And when the Greek Freak takes flight, I mean, he's looking to tear that rim apart. So ferocious in his throwdowns.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Well, you know, the Bucks can be a real force on defense. We're the top-rated defense last season in the league, and number 1 in rebounding and challenging shooters as well.
For New York, they have shot 5 of 8 from the foul line.
Two.
And he makes the first. And Clark, the length and size of the Bucks, a big part of their defensive success.
Well, I agree. I mean, versatile defenders across the board for the Bucks. They can handle switches and pick and rolls comfortably. Makes for a very strong defensive force no matter who's on the floor for this team.
No good on the second free throw. Milwaukee's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. And that one's good. Right.
And, you know, Batum is really good at sharing the ball. An unselfish guy who does a lot of winning things.
Here's Wanamaker, guarded by Wright. Here's Wanamaker. Almost, but it rolls out. Wright looking around. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Wright's got 4 points this quarter.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Here's Barrett. Here's Dedmon. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo. For New York, they have shot 60% from the line, 6 of 10.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And guys, that's a pretty good improvement over last season.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
The first free throw is good. So he gets them both. Here's Antetokounmpo. 37 points for him. Right outside, on the wing, Batum. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Boy, I like the disposition and attitude since halftime. They're patiently looking for good shots.
Here's Wanamaker, guarded by Wright, and stolen by Wright. Batum dishes to Giannis. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And this is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard tells it all.
That really has been the difference. I mean, they've been the better team in transition.
Jordan, he's checked in for Larry Nance.
One shot.
Yeah, and their free throw shooting has really improved here in the second half.
The Knicks shooting an ugly 27% since halftime. Wanamaker looking over the floor. Batum with the steal. Right outside. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
How about the springs of this guy, Antetokounmpo, also known as the Greek Freak? I mean, he just gets up off the ground like a rocket on these alley-oop chances.
Some nice passing by New York here. Here's Barrett. And again, unable to change momentum here. Loads it up for Giannis. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
It's really easy to understand why this team thinks so highly of Antetokounmpo. I mean, a smart player, he takes high percentage shots, and he's team first in his approach.
Here's Barrett. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
That's his first personal foul, third team foul.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
At the line for 2.
And that one misses. And the Bucks making a change here. Middleton's checked in. Damian Lillard, he's checked in for the Knicks. And the second free throw, good. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Passes it to Batum, and Batum throws it down.
You know, that's where the high release point of Batum worked to his advantage, allowed him to get that shot off.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
One shot.
Free throw good, Nicholas Batum.
And as a team, they're hovering around the high 80s from the free throw line. They've gotten better as the game has gone along, which is exactly what you want to see.
Giannis against Lillard. To the right side. Here's Wanamaker. Misses the 3. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Milwaukee on top, delivering the blowout. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, clearly he's the guy that stirs the drink for him, and that's how he does it, with his dynamite passing skills.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Antetokounmpo is out there with Wilson. Then it's DeJuan Wright. And it's Vanderbilt in at the 3. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Here's Parsons, and Parsons slams it in.
Using those long strides well. When Parsons is on the attack, tough to slow him down.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. Here's DiVincenzo. Caruch grabs the board. Felton against Wright. Outside Felton. And good that time.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
You know what, guys, honestly, I didn't think he'd win that battle. I mean, that's a lot of height to give up.
And that one's good. Right.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Priority and goal number 1 has to be tightening up the defense. They can't afford to give him open looks.
Outside Felton. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
And that's an example of playing big, adapting to the situation.
And sometimes that's the best policy when you're going up against a big guy. Take it to the 10, right at him, get to the rack.
On the wing, Young. A fadeaway, and it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in.
You know, they're looking good, really good right now because of him. He sees this game by the throat, and he's squeezing hard.
Some nice passing by New York here. Parsons for 3. Giannis grabs the miss. Giannis has got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. Right outside. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. Clark, you and I are amazed at how the global interest of the NBA has just gone through the roof. The league has made a lot of right moves, I think, in this area.
They sure have, Kevin. I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, the international reach through what coaches in this country have done in teaching the game and promoting the game. Not just coaches, but players as well. I think there's something about the game of basketball that just really transcends cultures. The pace of the game, the personality of the players, the creativity of the game, all of that lends itself to being so popular globally.
Brooks checked in for Milwaukee. Here's Wright. The pass to Vanderbilt. 5 on the clock. Here's DiVincenzo. He's covered by Felton. Shoots. DiVincenzo can't hit it. The Knicks have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the 4th. Here's Wanamaker. Good on the shot. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. Pass to Vanderbilt, to the middle, right. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That's on Raymond Felton.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
Really, as close as you can get to an and one right there. He almost had it.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. Clark, we hear a lot about the young basketball players in this country, the good ones playing in the AAU system. Is that the best way to develop talent for the NBA?
It's one of the better ways because the competition level is quite good across regions and throughout the country with these AAU teams. I think there's some great AAU programs and some tremendous benefits to participating in AAU basketball. Some things are better than others with it, but overall, I think it's pretty solid.
Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Off target on the 15-footer. Brooks feeling it out a bit. Three-pointer right, and the three ball is good.
That's a nice play, getting the separation he needs for a clean look.
And you look at him, he's given up an awful lot of size in that matchup, so he needs to have the ability to create separation.
Passes to Karuch. Parsons outside. Outside for Felton. And stolen by Wright. Here's Brooks, and he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Here's Wanamaker. New York needs to get off a shot. A three-pointer off the mark. For Milwaukee, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. And it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. Right. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%. And it's Felton with the ball for New York. Pass to Karuch. Here's Wanamaker. There's the pass to Parsons. And he's good on the 3-ball. Parsons got 5 points now in the quarter.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
Here's DiVincenzo. Pass to Vanderbilt. 6 on the shot clock, and that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. Here's Wilson, just 5 to shoot. Makes it off the glass. Wilson's got his first basket of the night.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Passes it to Wanamaker. Lets the 3 fly, and the Knicks hit again from deep.
Hey, I'm stating the obvious here, but he was very comfortable taking that shot. Not a defender in sight.
Felton against Wright. Pass to DiVincenzo. Here's Vanderbilt. Wright outside. Milwaukee the rebound. Knicks have gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter. And the pass to Wanamaker. Parsons looking it over.
That's his first personal foul.
Here's Zizic. Pass to Wanamaker. 6 to shoot. With the shot. That one's not going to go. Milwaukee has gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the fourth. DiVincenzo gets the bucket.
Ripping and running. They have a big advantage now in those transition opportunities.
No expiration date on their legs. They just seem to be fresher, and they're putting those fresh legs to good use.
Outside, Felton. Passes to Parsons for 3, and that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton. That's 12 points for Chandler Parsons.
The defense a step slow. You can see the result.
Greg, that's 3 in a row from out there now, so they've got to do a better job contesting.
Right side. Pass to Brooks. Over Felton. Brooks misses. New York's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
And you're going to take as many of those high percentage shots as you can get.
And Clark, when you look at how the game has changed, if you were entering the league today, how would you reshape your skill set?
Well, the biggest part would be expanding my shooting range. I was a good shooter at the time that I played, but would need to expand it and was just starting to stretch out my shooting to the three-point line. And then also defensively be a little more committed to that end of the floor, really working to get better there. But ball handling, passing, scoring, rebounding, those were things that I did pretty well.
The Bucks have gone 7 of 13 from the field here in the fourth. Here's DiVincenzo. And it's Zizic with the rebound. New York with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Got a piece of it. Brooks against Parsons. Now the pass to DiVincenzo. Shot clock at 5. Drops it in from 11 feet.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Wilson against Parsons. There's the 3. DiVincenzo with the rebound. The Bucks have got a pretty good rhythm going offensively, shooting 8 of 15 for the quarter. Pass to Vanderbilt. Inside. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
You two.
And it's the Knicks with the ball. The kick out to Wright. Brooks, the pass to Wilson. Pass to Wright from deep. No good. And New York will come the other way. Here's Parsons. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And what I like about Parsons is his aggressiveness. Good at forcing the D's hand.
Shooting for New York, Chandler Parsons. 2 shots.
2 shots.
First one falls for him.
And what you get with Parsons, an excellent feel for the game. Versatile offensively. It would like to see him get to the line a little bit more.
Both free throws good from Parsons. Milwaukee has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Here's DiVincenzo. It's rebounded by New York.
And, you know, even though they're on top, they're winning. I mean, they could use more from him. Trying to shut the door on this one.
Stolen by Brooks. Here's DiVincenzo. The Bucks working the ball around.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Parsons for 3. Wilson grabs the board.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
And, you know, he's a guy who knows how to defend the three-point shot. He's not going to just give it to you. He's going to make you earn it.
Goes back up. Taken away by Felton. Here's Wanamaker. Karuch passes to Wanamaker. taking his time here. With some arc, he doesn't hit that one. Buck shooting has been just outrageous, 64% from the field to this point. Right against Parsons. Now here's Wright, not a lot of room. Here's DiVincenzo. Great pass to set up the lay-in. DiVincenzo's got 6 points in the quarter. And so it's Felton who will bring it up for the New York Knicks. Pass to Caruch. Here's Wanamaker. Brooks covering. And there's the pass to Parsons. Felton inside the three-point line, and it's off the back rim. No good. The Bucks shooting it well here in the fourth quarter, 50%.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Bucks.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
The stats tell us, Greg, that the winner of the first game is a big favorite to come out on top in the overall series.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
He did all the dirty work that they needed, clearing out space underneath and securing rebounds.
Parsons outside. Outside for Felton. That's in, coming off the assist from Parsons.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
So no problem for Milwaukee as they get the win. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. DeAndre, where did you try to make the most impact tonight?
Just trying to limit those guys to one shot. They have a really big team, so keeping them off the board. But, you know, setting screens and rolling, putting pressure on those guys. Our guys are shooting the basketball, so it really opened it up for easy looks.
That is how you can impact the game without touching the ball, DeAndre. Thank you. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.